Anyways,
You can say it again, and we'll laugh really hard.
I'll say it again later.
You want to try it again? Okay.
I'll try it again later. But we should get back on topic. Spacestation Gaming, they fell out of orbit for a little bit. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they're back now, and I feel like they have a few surprises in store for us. So this is one thing I think is going to be incredibly interesting. So if this works, it's going to be insane. So this is something Chun-Li actually talked to me about. Smexin is playing the Necro Lord Warrior build, and they got a change with their Covenant ability, and now it gives 500 Mastery, I do believe. It's in that range. And Windwalker Monks, they love Mastery, and Chun-Li's playing Serenity, and you especially love Mastery if you're playing Serenity. So there's a huge damage potential here for Chun-Li with Rising Sun Kicks onto Aang. And I think Charlotte Phoenix, if they're not prepared, they could be caught off guard by this.
All right, let's see if they can pull that off. Oh, big damage coming in immediately. There's the Serenity we've been talking about here. Chun-Li, if he can connect on his target, Aang doing a good job here, blinking around, not letting Chun connect here. He gets Storm Bolted. Now Chun in a lot of trouble here. What was that?
What was I talking about?
He just tab targeted. What? Nick had to pump everything immediately right there. So, all right, that build looks pretty good. We're going to keep an eye out for that. The Necro Lord banner that Smex is going to have. Aang forced into the ice block here. Okay, Windwalker Warrior definitely packs a pretty good punch so far. And Spacestation Gaming are going to force all kinds of cooldowns here.
I feel like in the cup stage, Spacestation Gaming were on life support, just trying to keep the lights on. But now in game number 1 here of the circuit, they're firing on all cylinders, looking for a blast off. I mean, they've forced cooldown after cooldown. The pressure is just endless. The next time that war banner is brandished by Smexin, I feel like Aang is going to explode from the game. And I would imagine that's coming up in about 50-ish seconds at this point. They still have pressure even outside of that window. Tiki is being annoying with these mind controls to deny intervenes and just bring the warrior out of the fight. This is an interesting composition that I didn't expect at all. That came out of left field here in 9.0.5. We haven't seen Spacestation Gaming to really see what they've been working on, but now with that substitute Tiki coming in for Gurecki, I feel like game 1, this is something that Charlotte Phoenix need to adapt to.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see. But the thing is, I feel like for Spacestation Gaming, when they don't have those cooldowns available, their overall damage is going to be pretty low. However, the one thing that's nice is Smexin on that Warrior going to be providing a lot of consistent damage, and Korlik, with some of the changes, might not be able to recover his mana. However, Chun-Li's in a little bit of trouble right now. Tiki, can he keep him alive? It looks like he will be able to with the Guardian Angel. Fist of Fury coming in from Nick. Great job disrupting that Fist of Fury parry by Chun-Li, but
here it
is available. This is the huge hit of damage. Chun-Li, if he can just stay on target, might be able to drop him, but he's having to play defensive right now. Super unfortunate. Smexin just going to be going on a mission right now to try to take down Aang by himself. Chun-Li needs to be able to reconnect, but there's the plus protection. There's still a lot of defense available for Charlotte Phoenix. Chun-Li still just holding on to that Serenity. Here it is. Big leg sweep available. Fists of Fury. Can he get the Rising Sun Kick? Looks like he put a little bit of damage over onto Nick, but a little bit more. Pretty big damage coming in from this Windwalker Monk. Nick forced to trade out the die by the sword. Aang takes a huge Rising Sun Kick once again. See, everyone is getting chunked down. These Rising Sun Kicks can hit upwards of 20,000 damage, so you have to be really, really careful. And I feel like Charlotte Phoenix so far has been doing a really good job respecting the damage.
But mana is even double stun lock!
Ooh, Chan in a lot of trouble here. Ports away for safety. Tiki still has a decent amount of mana here. He's going to have his Guardian Spirit coming up in a second here. Nick, though, in a lot of trouble here. He gets stunned. Tiki with the Holy Fire as well. The Polymorph Smexit. They got a Fear onto Korlik. They're doing a little bit of a swap here. See if they can get something going. And Aang now going to be the target of choice here for Chun-Li and Smexin. Smexin is going to have that big wombo combo here with Chun-Li in about 35 seconds when he gets that Serenity back. Big damage right now onto Chun here. He gets stunned up, trades the diffused magic with that Guardian Spirit. There's the Stormbolt onto Aang here. Let's see what they can do. They paralyzed Korlik. Big damage potential here onto Aang. He does have his Cauterize to work with. Ice Block coming up in about 45 seconds here. Big chunk of damage coming in here once again. Nick is going to have his cooldowns rotating back up soon as well. Chun forced to run here, and he's going to be rolling around here back to target. Nice mind control comes out. Triple. Ang actually got feared by his own warrior right there. Full shape here onto Tiki. Sean in a lot of trouble. He's trying to counter aggress. There's the Necro banner, I believe, dropped here by Smexin. Big damage potential onto Ang. Smexin just doing what he can, keeping up the pressure. And here we go, Ang. What are you going to do? What's he going to respond with? There's the Fist of Fury. Big heal from Corlick's going to save the day. And it looks like Chan's going to be the one on the run here. There's Karma coming out. Do they have a Blessing of Protection? They try. Nick, one more execute. And that is going to be it. Super scary composition there from Space Station Gaming. But Charlotte Phoenix, they are experienced in the matchup. And they know exactly how to respond to it. And they take game number 1.
That was a lot of damage. But, I mean, I was expecting Charlotte Phoenix to kind of fall over to that surprise attack, but they were ready. They just treated it like a melee cleave. They realized the 2-minute timer on the Necro banner and the Zwen, and then just started lining up and were more prepared for it as the game went on. So I'm actually worried now for the side of Space Station Gaming, because this seems like a comp where you get the team off guard. They don't expect it. They've never seen a Necrolord warrior before. Now that they've seen it and they know, like, oh, every 2 minutes you're going to kill us 100-0 over and over. Well, we're just going to press buttons and make us stop taking damage every 2 minutes, and then we won't die to it. And you've still got a Windwalker, so we're going to Stormbolt him and kill him. So Charlotte Phoenix, I feel like, are still in control of this, and I'm wondering if Space Station Gaming have any other options.
I think they have a few different options, but kind of just break down this game. Honestly, I feel like the composition of Space Station Gaming is an interesting one, but I feel like they're going up against one of the worst matchups they possibly could. I mean, the Warrior is going to provide a lot of defense for Ang during those moments with Intervene, and I mean, Serenity is nice for killing mages, but it's not so nice for killing Warriors who are intervening mages, so makes it a little bit more difficult. In addition to that, Corlick's going to have the Blessing of Protection. You can see kind of the spike damage that comes out when those cooldowns are available. Space Station Gaming was almost at the point where they could close it out. They had the cooldowns, but Chun-Li just falling further and further behind. Tiki gets caught into a crowd control chain, and the Blessing of Protection on that Touch of Karma just completely negates that defense that Chun-Li had available. And Charlotte Phoenix, as a result, is able to stay alive. And I just get the feeling from watching this that if this matchup keeps playing out, Charlotte Phoenix is just going to have more and more of an edge. Like, I think that it's pretty one-dimensional what Chun-Li and Smexin are trying to pull off with their composition. And I feel like into this exact matchup, I don't know if it's going to work. I could see it working against other things, but against this, I'm not too sure. I think they need to try to do something else.
All right, Space Station Gaming seems like they're going to have to switch something up here. What they're trying to do right now doesn't seem to quite be working for them, but Charlotte Phoenix already up 1-0 here. Looked really solid in that first game as well. Didn't really look like it was going to not go in that way any second there, so that's going to be a Game 1 victory for those guys. We're going to start the draft process soon. As Space Station Gaming did lose that first game, it's going to be their map choice here, so they are going to have the advantage of that draft, but I feel like if you're a Space Station Gaming fan, don't lose hope just yet. These guys are the boys. These guys have been playing together for so long. We've seen what they can do. Yes, they don't have gore anymore, but these guys individually are still so skilled. And I think we should really be hoping for them here. Going into game number 2, Supatees, what about you? What do you think they want to do?
I think you try Ret Warrior with the Necrolord banner. That's what I want to see next. Thugonomics coming in on his Ret Paladin. Buff him up for a big divine toll. I mean, you tried it with the Windwalker. Now try it with the Ret, see if it works. Or they just play normal Ret Warrior. I feel like it could be all right for them. We haven't really seen them play it too much throughout their time. We haven't really got to see them too much in the Cup stage. So it seems like they're, what's the word? Old dog, no new tricks. What is the opposite of like new dog? Old tricks, old dog, new tricks. They don't have new tricks, so they're just kind of like old dog.
Isn't the saying you can't teach an old dog?
They're like old dog with no new tricks. Like I feel like they were trying to do Windwalker Warrior before, wasn't really working. Now they're like, oh, we'll try it with the Necrolord banner.
What?
It looks scary, but it looks predictable. So I'm not sure if it's repeatable.
What's really interesting to me is Smexin plays a ton with Vanguards on the ladder. Because of Envious and Vanguards, they play the Ret Warrior, Holy Priest, and they have insane success. So I feel like we could see that from Tiki, Smexen, and Thugonomics potentially. Maybe they lock in the Rep Warrior Holy Priest. I think overall it's a little bit more well-rounded than bringing in the Windwalker Monk. But no, they're just going for it. They're going to go for the Windwalker one shot once again. I mean, Chun-Li, he puts a lot into this build. So, and not only is Smexen running Necrolord to boost up his mastery, it's about an additional 20% damage, roughly, the bonus mastery you get. Chun-Li's also playing a legendary that was recently buffed, Zwen's Treasure, which makes it so basically when you use your Fist of Fury, you get a 50% increased chance to critical strike with your Rising Sun Kick for 5 seconds. So there's good synergy there. You use your Serenity with all your cooldowns, you Fist of Fury, and then that Rising Sun Kick is more than likely going to crit, and that's when it becomes so scary. But I just feel like if Charlotte Phoenix in this particular matchup, they just really respect that damage, make sure they're trading out their defensives. I liked what Aang was doing. Just when you see Serenity and you see the Necrolord banner, just Soul Shape. Just run around in Soul Shape. Don't worry about doing basically anything else. If they reconnect to you, you can just Dragon's Breath, just continue to shimmer. You never want to trade into those cooldowns. And outside of those cooldowns, you're not very afraid, I would say. So that's what Charlotte Phoenix has to do. Space Station Gaming, they have to try to find an opening and catch someone by surprise.
And if you are a Windwalker Monk watching from home, you want to take some tips from Chun-Li, the legend himself, and see what he is doing in this matchup, you can check out awc.gcd.tv, or you can check out that bottom bar down below. We have an awesome extension where you can see all the gear that these guys are running. It'll update as soon as the gates open here. But game number 2, Space Station Gaming looking to tie this one up. Can they do it here in game number 2?
Yeah, and we're going to see if that smaller map is going to favor Space Station Gaming here at all as they decide to depart here from the space station. Let's see what they end up doing here. They're going after Aang once again here. Let's see Smexen and Chun. If they can connect onto Aang, they want to drop that banner combo. That's their win condition. Aang now looking for a Ring of Frost. He's going to land it onto Tiki, and now Chun could be in trouble. There's a stun onto Korlik to stop the blinding light from coming out, but he does get it off in time. Big damage here onto Aang. If Chun-Li can connect here, this could be huge. No sacrifice traded out just yet by Korlik. There it is. Trinket sacrifice coming out onto Aang there. Nice communication between the two. There's a big Rising Sun Kick. Actually, he's not playing that ultimate sacrifice, so he's playing only the 30%. But even with the 30% sacrifice, look at the damage Korlik is taking. Huge pressure. Nice stun there by Tiki. Followed up by the mind control here, but it's triple DR mind control, unfortunately. So Aang should be able to survive here. He's done what he needed to do to survive that situation, and now once again can look to get aggressive, maybe push for a crowd control. Counterspell comes out onto Tiki. Let's see if they can find something here onto Chun. Korlik in a paralyze. No lockdown onto Aang. Big damage. Cauterize going to be proccing here, and Korlik for the first time in this series has to sweat a little bit. Aang though will be picked up there as Nick continues to chase after Chun.
Chun's in a bit of trouble here, trying to avoid the attackers porting back into the room, but Tiki gets stunned up by Korlik, and Nick is chasing after Chun. Chun-Li's basically got to avoid Nick at all costs, but now gets stunned up. Big damage coming in onto Chun. Will he survive here in game number 2? Ring of Frost still on Tiki. He trinkets, but he gets snared up into another polymorph. Chun-Li in so much trouble, and that will be it. Game 2 to Charlotte Phoenix. Offensively, looking better for Space Station Gaming, but in terms of defense, Charlotte Phoenix was able to tear him apart.
I love Night
Wow. I mean, that was just Charlotte Phoenix. It seems like it's like I kind of thought. The more this plays out, I feel like Charlotte Phoenix, they're just going to be feeling more and more comfortable in the matchup. There is some scary moments during the Serenity, but outside of that, it seems like Charlotte Phoenix, it's going to be basically their show going after Chun-Li. He's a super exposed target. And if they can get that crowd control on Tiki, it makes it pretty easy to get him down.
Yeah, things definitely looking a little hard right now for Space Station Gaming. Let's see what they can do in game number 3. But before we do that, here's that replay as well and those final moments.
All right, so here they get Aang's cauterized, then he gets picked back up, and now Chun is on the back foot here. He takes a decent amount of damage. He starts kiting. This is the part that I want to see. Could Chun avoid the Stormbolt? Because it feels like he was line of sighting Nick. So I'm not sure if he could have avoided the Stormbolt. Like here, there's a Hammer of Justice. Like, how does he actually get Stormbolted? There, he takes one step too far out. So he gets storm bolted there, and look at the Night Fae here. Trinket, into the Night Fae slow, into the Resheep, into the Triple Deer Sheep, into the Dragon's Breath. Now it doesn't even need to go for the Dragon's Breath. And yeah, Night Fae, just the Winter Queen takes another soul.
Yeah, certainly did. Charlotte Phoenix taking that game number 2 victory here. Time is running out on the side of Space Station Gaming, but they're looking to turn this series around. Last series of the day here for our first day in the round robin, so it's definitely not a way that Space Station Gaming wants to be kicking off this round robin for these guys. Charlotte Phoenix was always going to be a very difficult opponent for them, especially as they're getting used to that new roster here. But it sounds like behind the scenes, when we've talked to these guys, things are going pretty well with Tiki. It sounds like they have a lot of respect for this guy as a player, and he's a very hard and positive worker behind the scenes. So hopefully they can figure things out with this roster. Game number 3 here may just be their chance to turn things around and prove themselves as a team once again, because we know how good these guys are. We've seen them at their best, and I don't think I don't know if we saw that in these first 2 games, but game number 3, Zico, I think this is something they could turn around.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if they're going to keep playing the same composition, because they have a lot of options on Space Station Gaming. They could bring in Smexin on the LA Shaman, for example, or they could play Turbo as well. There's definitely some things that they can run. I don't know exactly what healers Tiki can play aside from the Holy Priest, but I definitely think, like Paladin Turbo would be pretty decent option, I think.
How are they playing Turbo?
They can't play Turbo, but what?
Oh, he's the warrior and the
warrior.
shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. They need 2 Smexins.
They can
on
play
their
Ret
team.
Warrior. They can play Ret Warrior. I think they should play that 100%.
Yeah, Ret Warrior could be good.
Ret Warrior Holy Priest does really well. I'm really curious why they don't run it more, because I swear Smexin plays it all the time on the ladder.
I think this is a science experiment. Like, they really wanted to do this like Mastery Zwen and get like a big hit. Okay, it's not a science experiment. They're committed. It's going to get locked in again, 3 in a row.
I mean, I love the confidence with the composition.
This is just like I just feel like they might be able to use the power of teamwork and friendship. Like, you really want to believe that they could use the power of teamwork and friendship to overcome.
Wait, Vinruki is not even on board with teamwork and friendship anymore?
And the power of the man bun.
Yeah, man bun looks good. Everyone's looking good here, but I just feel like if I was running this composition, what would be the biggest nightmare to run into? I think that's what Charlotte Phoenix is running. You have a Paladin, lots of immunity cooldowns you could trade out. The Sacrifice is going to make you really durable. The Blessing of Protection is going to make you really durable. Then you have a Nick on the Warrior, just constantly stormbolting Chun-Li, and intervening all the damage. I just like, if you're going for an all-in Serenity one-shot build, this is the exact matchup you don't want. So I don't.
He's just yawning.
I don't know why Space Station Gaming. It's been a long day.
He's totally calm.
Yeah. I mean, it's a simple strategy for them, right? Survive the one shot and kill Chun-Li, and that's pretty much the matchup for Charlotte Phoenix. Space Station Gaming, I don't know. Maybe we could see some big crits, but I'm worried for them in this one.
I'm worried as well, but you can bet that they're going to be trying their hardest here in game number 3. They don't want to lose this series just yet. They want to at least take off this next game from Charlotte Phoenix here. This is their last chance right now to turn this one around. 2-0, Charlotte Phoenix versus Space Station Gaming. Potentially the last game of the day, Super Tees.
All right, are they going to just pop off right here? Corlick in the Paralyze. They're not going for the banner. They're trying to bait some cooldowns. They bait Alter Time. Now they're popping Zwen. They're going to Ring of Peace, but Chun-Li gets intercepted. Smexin intervenes to protect him. The banner has been brandished. Big pressure coming out. Aang needs to avoid it. He tries to blink, but here comes the Warbreaker. Tons of damage. Is he ready for it? They could proc that Cauterize at any moment with how much burst damage is available. Corlick immediately responding with the Avenging Wrath, trying to power through the onslaught, but double X, more damage, and they're going to get everything but the kitchen sink at that point, and they might even get the kitchen sink. Aang trinkets and tries to get to safety. Offensively, this is the best game we've seen so far from Space Station Gaming. If they can get another clean go like that in 2 more minutes, they could take this.
To be fair, I also feel like it's the worst game Charlotte Phoenix has had defensively. I mean, they had mirror images available to reduce damage. When Serenity's up, use stuff. That's basically how it has to be. But Space Station Gaming is going to punish. Aang now going to be using that mirror image, gets a Stormbolt as well. They might be able to force a cauterize. Could they actually just drop him? He goes down to 1% health and gets a barrier. Corlick in the back line just going to be bombing out heals. Great damage for Space Station Gaming. This is such a good start for them. Dive of the Sword comes in from Nick as well. Multiple pressure points, but they're going after Chun-Li. He's got no touch of karma. He's got the diffuse magic. He leaps away, actually uses his portal to get away. Nick is now there. Chun-Li using that Ring of Peace to just be a little bit defensive, forcing Nick behind the pillar. Door of Shadows comes in. Chun-Li gets disoriented. I'm a little bit afraid for Chun-Li. There's no trinket here on the side of Tiki. And I feel like Space Station Game with no defensive cooldown, super susceptible to actually just going after Nick. Big damage on Nick right now. Going to have to play defensive. What is he going to be able to do? Aang comes in, diffuses it with a double Dragon's Breath into a double Frost Nova. Now Space Station Gaming is on the run.
Yeah, this is a scary situation here for both teams. Nick gonna be using his Stormbolt here, going after Chan. There's the full blind onto Tiki, and that's gonna be the Touch of Karma coming out. Chun-Li immediately running with that Touch of Karma, knowing that there's a Blessing of Protection on the opposite end of the screen. They can easily remove that if he tries to trust it too much. Now he's gonna feel safe to push in here, go after the mage once again, and there's the banner from Smex, and they're looking to power through here. Big damage onto Aang. He has his cauterize. Might be triggering. There's the Fist of Fury. Where is the Rising Sun kick though? Chan is just going to teleport out of there. Tiki getting counterspelled. Nicely done there. Chun-Li still kiting around here, around the corner. Big pressure onto Aang by Smexin. Nice Stormbolt as well on the blink. Chun-Li still just running around here. Nick's all over him on that Ventir Warrior. Finally has to use his leg sweep just to get some distance from the Warrior. Aang is going to have his trinket as well. So for the next leg sweep, Aang can trinket, and then he's going to have his ice block once again. So defensively, looking good right now for Charlotte Phoenix. They need to try to make something happen. There's Serenity available for Chun. He just needs to pull the trigger, find an opportunity, maybe with that next Stormbolt of Smexin. Right now, Chun, though, in his own Stormbolt, and he gets absolutely blasted.
I don't even think you're gonna find the pieces. That was like what? He just got evaporated. Like what?
That's what we were expecting them to do on the side of Space Station Gaming.
You kind of were. You were and you weren't. I feel like if it was a different matchup, I mean, I'm just going to say it again. I just think this is the worst matchup for Space Station Gaming to be running this composition into. Charlotte Phoenix was able to punish. That was insane damage. I think it was actually combustion there at the end, but just these consistent Stormbolts. I feel like Chun-Li, he just has to play so defensive in the match. He's constantly running away. It doesn't have, the luxury of a Holy Paladin on his team to trade out those cooldowns. Tiki kind of struggled in this one to keep him afloat, but to be fair, Space Station Gaming, this was probably their best game. But after that really insane opener, it was just Chun-Li having to run away. You can see right here, he had to use a defensive leg sweep and run away as Tiki was trying to just kind of struggle to actually keep him alive. And just being under that constant pressure, Corlick really doesn't have to put out too much healing. Spexin just gets caught in crowd control and kind of isolated. And it's at this moment, or very close to it, when Chun-Li gets basically deleted. I think it's just a Stormbolt on Chun-Li with a combustion coming in from Aang. And look at this burst. Just absolutely insane. Hammers coming in from Corlick. Chun-Li immediately leaves the game. And that's going to be a 3-0 for Charlotte Phoenix.
That was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage in that Stormbolt.